Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel where I have been talking about alcohol and drug addiction. We are actually going through the 12 steps of a 12-step program, and today we are talking about step 11. Step 11 is sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood Him, praying only for knowledge of His will for us and the power to carry that out. See, I had to read that one because it has a lot of words. Most of them I know by heart. And I read that out of what's called an AA meeting in a pocket. This thing is very helpful. It has the preamble. It has the 12 steps, how it works, the promises. It has a big book guide. For example, like for anger, it says page 60, 61, 64, 66, 67, 88, and 111. So there's a lot about anger in the big book. But anyway, this little thing, it cost me $1. It is so important that I have this. Anyway, so we're going to go on and talk about step 11. So step 11 is going to be prayer and meditation. A lot of people are kind of vague on this matter. They don't really want to pray, or they say they don't know how to meditate. I was one of those people. Meditation is not as complicated as it sounds. Meditation basically is taking one thing and paying attention to it. So your breath, deep breaths, and all you're thinking about is your breath. This is a way to clear your mind and make that conscious contact with God, because as Wayne Dyer says, God's one and only voice is silence. So we're going to make conscious contact with God through prayer and meditation. And in the book on page 86 through 88 is something that I read every morning. I'm going to read a little bit of it to you. It says, on awakening, let us think about the 24 hours ahead. We consider our plans for the day. Before we begin, we ask God to direct our thinking, especially asking that it be divorced from self-pity, dishonest, or self-seeking motives. See, if I don't do this, I'm scared that I am going to, drift into that old thinking, my old behaviors, my old thinking. And without God, I am not divorced from self-pity. I have full of self-pity, full of fear, full of dishonesty, and full of self-seeking motives. So I'm asking God every morning to remove those. Okay? Under these conditions, we can employ our mental faculties with assurance, for after all, God gave us brains to use. Our thought life will be placed on a much higher plane when our thinking is cleared of wrong motives. In thinking about our day, we may face indecision. We may not be able to determine which course to take. Here we ask God for inspiration, an intuitive thought or decision. We relax and take it easy. We don't struggle. We are often surprised how the right answers come after we have tried this for a while. So, before, when I was drinking, or before I was in a program rather, I did not relax and take it easy. Everything was a struggle. I felt like I was always in collision with something or somebody. In the 9 Step Promises, it says, we will intuitively know how to handle situations that used to baffle us. And it's crazy, like this says, we are often surprised how the right answers come after we have tried this for a while. And it's true, it does. What used to be the hunch or the occasional inspiration gradually becomes a working part of the mind. I wrote in my big book here, that is great news. Because my mind without a program is scrambled. It is very dark. It is negative. So when I do these prayers, it's amazing how it works. Being still inexperienced and having just made conscious contact with God, it is not probable that we are going to be inspired at all times. We may pay for this presumption in all sorts of absurd actions and ideas. Nevertheless, we found our thinking will, as time passes, be more and more on the plane of inspiration. We become to rely upon it. So basically, all this is saying is that it's you got to be patient. It's not gonna be an overnight thing. Your mind will gradually change as you work through the program and work through these steps. I know from experience that it definitely wasn't like aha moment or anything like that. It was just like kind of I would look back and be like, oh my God, I did change. Those thinking habits did change. Those thinking patterns did change. So let's see. We usually conclude the period of meditation with a prayer that we be shown all through the day when our next step is to be, that we be given whatever we need to take care of such problems. We ask especially for freedom from self-will. Where was I? And are careful to make no requests for ourselves only. We may ask for ourselves, however, if others will be helped. We are careful never to pray for our own selfish ends. Many of us have wasted a lot of time doing that, and it doesn't work. You can easily see why. So, yeah, we got to get rid of that self-will. The self-will is where the fear is. It's where the dishonesty is. Self-seeking, selfish motives, self-centeredness, all that stuff. So every morning I do read these pages, but I especially ask God out loud, God, please free me from self-will today. Oh, there's my little puppy. His name is Elvis. Hi, Elvis. Okay, get down. I'm going to skip down to page 87, and at the end it says, as we go through the day, we pause when agitated or doubtful and ask for the right thought or action. We constantly remind ourselves that we are no longer running the show. We can't run the show because in our own lives, because look where it got us. It got us to the bottom of a bottle and all the circumstances and consequences that went along with that. So we're no longer running the show, humbly saying to ourselves many times each day, thy will be done. We are then in much less danger of excitement, fear, anger, worry, self-pity, or foolish decisions. We become much more efficient. We do not tire so easily, for we are not burning up energy foolishly as we did when we were trying to arrange life to suit ourselves. It works. It really does. We alcoholics are undisciplined, so we let God discipline us in the simple way that we have just outlined. But this is not all. There is action and more action. Faith without works is dead. The next chapter is entirely devoted to step 12. So next time we're going to be going over step 12. I just wanted to conclude our time here with a prayer. It's actually the 7-step prayer, but I think it works really well as we approach the 12th step. So, my Creator, I am now willing that you should have all of me, good and bad. I pray that you now remove from me every single defect of character which stands in the way of my usefulness to you and my fellows. Grant me strength as I go out from here to do your bidding. Amen. Thank you.